Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27. We are coming to you live here, getting ready for our second battle after what we just went through a week ago. Hopefully a come down. We are back at number one. If you guys checked out our post-game report over on Patreon, you saw we have moved back up to number one as Ohio State had a near scare against a team from out west. Go check that out. It's up at Patreon right now, but hopefully it'll come down after that massive comeback against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Can't even go in to how crazy it was. You guys will have to check it out in the archives. SK Money is in the house. Well, he thinks it's my official retirement. We'll get into that as the stream goes. But we're doing an FCS team. It's going to be Stephen F. Austin. I want to give a quick shout out, though, before we went on the air. Kenneth dropped a little donation over at Ko-fi.com/TBSports27. One thing I didn't even realize, I guess it's connected to my Twitch. I didn't realize this. That if you donate to Ko-fi while we are live streaming, the chat will come up and it'll shout you out to say that you dropped a little donation in. So if you want to get a little on-air recognition, go ahead and get us a cup of coffee while we are streaming live. Of course, we have Streamlabs as well, where it'll come up on the top left hand and you can get a little message delivered there. But either way, whether it's Ko-fi, Streamlabs, you're going to get on-air, on-screen recognition if you support the channel while we are live streaming. So an opportunity to do both of those there. Of course, if you do donate outside of a live stream like Kenneth did, we're still going to figure out a way to shout you out like we're doing right here. And of course, patreon.com/TBSports27. We're going to shout out all our Ultra fans and also shout you out as new Patreons come in. Fortunately, we lost one of our Patreon supporters. I know things happen, come and go, things of that sort. So that means our goal of a second season of ESPN 2K5 has gone down by one. So we're back to needing 10 Patreon supporters for a second season of ESPN NFL 2K5. So if you want to help make that a reality, patreon.com/TBSports27. But shout out to Kenneth for getting us a cup of coffee before we went live on the air. Now we are going to jump into this battle as we welcome in this team from Texas, Stephen F. Austin. Okay, getting ready to kick off here. As, like I said, a little bit of a come down. Boy, Spence, he's in the house. You missed the Cowboy Classic. You missed the Cowboy Classic with Nebraska, where the 36, now 37 game winning streak almost came to an end. So we need a little bit of a rest. We're taking on an FCS opponent. We said Eastern Washington on the last stream, but I changed it up. I wanted to try to match the team colors a little bit. I thought it'd be weird. We're playing a purple team and calling them Eastern Washington. And we got WX Man in the chat. We got a loaded chat here today. So I decided, I looked up all the purple FCS teams. You know, you have Northern Iowa, which is where Darren Johnston and Kurt Warner went to college. You got North Alabama. You got Abilene Christian. We played Weber State before, settled on Stephen F. Austin, so that's what we're going with because we don't have the real FCS teams. And we're going with the all-black unis again because those were the uniforms we wore in the Cowboy Classic, and I feel like we need to bounce back and have a good game wearing these unis, so that's what we're going to do here. But there is no retirement. This is maybe tomorrow we get on, and maybe tomorrow, maybe we do a second game. There is no official retirement. This is going to be the last stream for a little while because I'm going out of town, out of the country in a couple of days. So I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, there probably won't be any break in the action. You get a new video every day at noon. Look at this, the return from Bill Bradford. I never switched that up. I got to get him off of kick return duty. I don't know why they stuck him there. But I'm headed to Japan, like the F. Austin, going to Japan for 2 weeks. So there will be no streaming from the 1st to the 16th. And then after that, I might not be able to stream as often as I do. But we're going to stream when we can. It just might be once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. But there's no official retirement. There's just it'll just be less likely that we can get on and stream 5 days a week. WX Man knows what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. So sit back and enjoy this one. We got Stephen F. Austin and Utah going at it toe-to-toe. Andrew Cross led a comeback for the ages, but needs to have a clutch game here to come in and prove that he's the guy. And then up next, we have South Alabama that we're playing on the road to complete that 3-game set that we had with them. We've already hosted them twice. Now we're going to the home of the Senior Bowl, Lad Peebles. I think it's still Lad Peebles in this game. I know they got the new stadium in real life. A handoff to our Heisman candidate running back, Bill Bradford, in the first down. The beer plus TV Sports. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We got a beer plus food in our town here. A couple of restaurants named that. So look at this. We got to keep an eye on Ohio State. They're playing an SEC team. And look at Hawaii. They might be looking to knock off their second Big Ten team as Aaron Price barges forward for a first down. Last week, week 1, Hawaii knocked off Iowa of the Big Ten. And now they got Indiana on the road. So we got to keep our eyes on them scores. The wind wins. I think the wind is going to win in this one. Stephen F. Austin and the Utah Utes. Hand off to Bill Bradford. Plenty of running room for Bradford. Ohio State. So obviously going into this one, FCS opponent should be a win. But we saw some FCS upsets as well in week number 1. So not a guaranteed. We did our conference realignment, Spencer, and I think SK Money almost fell asleep during it, but we realigned all the conferences as best as we could to match the real-life counterparts. So we got kind of our 4 super conferences, and then we made a mega conference. I'm actually going to make the announcement here. I'm going to change the name of the mega conference. We were originally calling it Conference USA because it's going to represent all the teams in the U.S., and it's all the group of 5, group of 6 conference teams here. But I'm going to call it the Alliance because I was watching some AAF football, and I'm like, oh, the Alliance is a good name. So we're going to have the 4 mega conferences, and then the 5th conference, the Alliance. Andrew Cross, quarterback, sacked there. Anthony Dickerson. Can you say that on YouTube and Twitch? I don't know. But the Lumberjacks, they might be getting ready to hold Utah to a field goal on this opening drive. Cross gets the ball batted right down in his face, incomplete. 52-yard kick. Is that going to be realistic? Well, let's see what kind of leg he's got. Man, we got strained back there. It's not one of our guys. So here we go. Travis Richardson. He's a junior. He kicked the game-winning kick against the Cornhuskers. And, oh my goodness, does not quite have the leg. So opening drive goes for no points. Michigan upsets Wisconsin. So number 3, they are toast. Seeing if I can pull up like a PNG word mark of Stephen F. Austin. Some of the other scores. Iowa bounced back. They barely won. Texas State defeated by Cincinnati. So their quest at another possible college football playoff might be coming to a close. Let me hit the pause real quick. And we're back. We added the Stephen F. Austin, so it's official down there. Covering up a little bit of the scores, but you guys will be able to manage. So that makes it official. The Lumberjacks, Bracken, first possession of the ball game here. And we got another Ko-fi donation, I think, just coming through on the screen. There it is, SK Money. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, SK Money, for the donate. We got Bill Bradford injured. So we got two Ko-fis tonight in one stream. How about the shout out? Ko-fi.com/TVSports27. Thank you so much, SK Money. I don't know if did your shout out get on the screen? I think it did. We paused for a moment to put the Stephen F. Austin logo. Happy semi-retirement. All this retirement talk, man. We'll make it. We'll still get on when we can. Don't worry. There'll be times. There'll be times when we make it on. It just won't be. We probably won't make it 5 days a week anymore. But there's still going to be streams. Don't worry. There's a big interception. That Harris. That Sam Harris, the junior. Wait, Streamlabs is broken? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Why? That's why it said it can't process. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I'll check that out after this. Or can I? Or should I check it out real quick? Surely, not giving more money. All right, we gotta get this Utah. That's gonna be a big worry all season long. This Utah offense just struggling. Oh my goodness. I'll miss you too, SK Money. Look at this, Andrew Cross. Andrew Cross will be around forever. Oh, what a shot he takes. Here, let's give a shout out. Give our shout out to our Ultra fans. If we keep getting donations like this, though, man, I'm telling you, we'll have to keep getting on. 40 hours a week, full time. Andrew Cross sacked again. Man, we're struggling against Stephen F. Austin right now. Look at this. We got Thomas Scott, the sophomore punter. Does not have the strongest leg in the world. Crazy that we couldn't get more recruitment out of that. Jackson returns the punt. Can we stretch? It might look bad kind of stretch. We'll cover up. Oh, you can't really. There we go. Cover up more of the FCS. Utah, and then it's just the giant Stephen F. Austin logo down there. Oh my goodness. We gotta make do without the real. At least we're matching the colors. You know, if we play the red, we'll put the red. We'll pick a red team. Second down and 7 for the Lumberjacks. Bracken goes empty set, and he avoids the sack, but then a whole host of guys come. Eric Lambert whiffed on the sack. Thank goodness for everyone else. So 36 got the official sack in there. 3rd and 14, and we got to hit the road after this and head to a long road trip for Utah. We got to head to Mobile. Is anyone out there? SKWX, man, have you ever been to Mobile, Alabama? I've been one time to see the Troy Trojans in Central Michigan play in the GMAC Bowl. One of the coldest games I've ever been to, double overtime. Troy lost. It was in January, the day before the national championship. The Lumberjacks on to punt it away. I need to get, okay, we got to get Bradford out of there. Someone remind me, so I don't forget, to do this, like, outside of the game. But, like, Newton was, like, the kick returner last season. So I don't know why the game just, like, suddenly took him out.
Return for a gain of 7 yards.
It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you too, WX, man. When we get back on, in the rare occasion we get back on, you guys, I hope you guys are there. Once a month? Maybe it'll make it more special. Do a once a monther. All right, 1st and 10. Cross, play fake. Wide open, and it is caught. Well, we just put Newton back in there. as kick returner, and Jason Newton, 58 yards for the touchdown. How about that play? The senior. And look at that. Andrew Cross on that play, SK Money, has broken John Young's record. John Young, a former 4-year starter back in 2020. And you're probably thinking that wasn't too long ago, but this season is taking place in 2033. So that was over 13 years ago. John Young, a 4-year starter. He came in just after the Brandon Cox era and had 4 very successful seasons. Hawaii just missed the back-to-back upsets over ranked teams. They're going to be the team to watch, guys. Hawaii. They beat Iowa, nearly knocking off Indiana right there. My goodness. So 7-0 Utah. I gotta look into the Streamlabs situation here. Why is Streamlabs broken? Can I let do you think I can let the computer run a couple of plays while I look this up? Let's just see how the computer handles it. I'm gonna try to figure out why stream. Oh my god, I hate my keyboard is like far from the computer and it like registers every other key. Oh, almost an interception.
Johnson, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Okay, gotta log in at Streamlabs. Maybe SK Money just did it wrong. Oliver Bracken trying to run it. We got to get some tackles, man. This not being able to tackle thing is a pain. When we start playing some clutch competition, no shame into Stephen F. Austin. When we start playing some clutch competition, we can't have stuff like that. Bracken Johnson could not turn the corner, knocked out of bounds. It says PayPal Plus connected and PayPal Lite on my Streamlabs. So I'm not sure if someone wants to try it again. This is not a ploy to get donations, but if someone wants to try it again, just to see if it'll go through, at least on my end, it says it's all connected. Back to the Utah Utes. Bill Bradford trying to get that Heisman candidate run. There you go. He still was the player of the game, even though he didn't have the most successful outing last week in the Cowboy kickoff. Still was named player of the game. Back to Bradford, and can't get too far before he gets brought down.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Stephen F. Austin has come to play today, man. They are making it tough. Can't afford any. Well, who you telling? Inflation and whatnot. Thank God we have Aldi, right? Brian Baldwin, 6-yard reception. I got some good cookies from Trader Joe the other day. The peanut butter and chocolate cookies. That's good stuff. I think my work's got 50-cent cookies in the vending machine. 3rd down and 4. And Cross taking a deep shot, and it's knocked away by Anthony Munoz. So 4th and 4. Utah Utes are going to go for it here. Why not? 7 total yards for Stephen F. Austin offensively. It's 4th and 4. And Cross to Brian Baldwin, and a 1st down for the Utes. So that will take us to the end of quarter number one. Quarter number one complete. And Stephen F. Austin trailing. But the defense playing tough, but the Utah Utes on the move, on the run here. We'll see if we can get the ball in the end zone once again. Back to Bradford. Huge man, Bradford. I don't know if he's just gassed in his senior year.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
What does the F stand for? That's a good question. I do not know. Let's look this up. Cross. Brian Baldwin now coming up. I needed a rest after you put me up against Nebraska opening week. I needed a rest. Who is Stephen F. Austin anyway? Oh, it's one of Texas's founding fathers. Is that who they named Austin, Texas after? First down for Bill Bradford. Fuller, Stephen Fuller Austin, known as the father of Texas. So there you go. He only lived to be 43, died in 1836. Didn't make it too long. Got a whole college named after him. Oh my goodness, Andrew Cross, dangerous throw. Munoz there again. He passed of pneumonia on December 27th, 1836. He never married nor had any children. His sister got all the land. So there you go. Stephen F. Austin, 40 years, lived hard, lived fast, died young.
Face mask.
He's got a university that they do good. I mean, every year they seem to have a March Madness team, right? Stephen F. Austin always has some kind of March Madness team in the mix. So they're the guys. They're the main guys. Now looking to punch it in here on the Lumberjacks. Bradford, nice blocking, and there it is, the Heisman candidate into the end zone, touchdown. Utah Utes. Yes, sir. Shout out to my good buddy, Feline Taz. Passed away today, kidney failure. 16 or 17. Lived a good, full feline life. So while we're giving the shout outs here. 11 play drive. An extra point is good. 14 points, 14-0 on the board for the Utah Utes. Another big scores down there. Auburn putting up 44. Or Cincinnati knocking off Texas State. Texas State was Cinderella last season, the undefeated season, the number 2 seed in the college football playoff, but they got blown out and rocked by Ohio State, which was the second time that the committee gave a shot to an undefeated mid-major. First time they did it was Miami, Ohio, and they got whooped by Oklahoma. So that's kind of making the committee maybe think twice before putting another mid-major in the big dance, and especially now that most of the mid-majors, the group of 5, they're kind of grouped up into the alliance. They're really going to have an impressive season to knock off one of the Power 5 conference champs. Look at Texas blowing out Arkansas in a ranked battle of SEC. And Bracken, Oliver Bracken, just way overthrown, incomplete. We thought Andrew Cross was rough. Look at those numbers for Mr. Bracken here for the Lumberjacks. Bracken screen and almost intercepted by Tim Wright. Holy smokes, that was close. Yeah, I'll have to look more. I'll have to look at Streamlabs again, but everything on my end is saying it's connected through PayPal, so should be good to. You should be good to go. Maybe I'll donate like a buck to myself and just see if it works. I think SK Money might be on the fritz. Well, we appreciate all the support. We can get we can stream more. We can get full time. I can tell my boss take their job and shove it, right? And just do this full time. But we need like hundreds of donors. You see, Boise State got like a $1 million donation today. And Anonymous just, here's $1 million. Boise State, take it. Bradford, nowhere to go for Bradford.
That is a loss of 2 yards.
14 points for this Lumberjack defense. Not making it easy on us, and I think that's going to be the story of the Utah Utes all season long as we go through this thing. 37-game winning streak, but an offensive struggle that we're really going to have to rely on defense and maybe just a lot of clock chewing here. Maybe limit how many possessions that we take. There's Jim Perkins, who's a sophomore. I think that might be one of his first catches of the season. We've yet to see Lewis Gardner, who had the big game. Lewis Gardner, who had just a handful of catches his first 2 years, came through in the Cowboy Classic and a huge, and there he is, right on cue, the reverse announcer James Gardner, who had over 100 yards receiving against Nebraska in the Cowboy Classic, moving up into the starting role for some of the seniors that have since graduated. He had a big game and making his first catch here against the Lumberjacks. So 1st and 10, handoff to Bradford, and gets about 3. So we got one more non-conference game to go. As we said, we will head on to Mobile to take on South Alabama, which will complete that the 2 home, 1 away series that we signed with them. You can check out the past results up on the stat book on Patreon. I still got to put the season 20 stat book up there. Number of sacks too has been concerning. We had a boatload of them against Nebraska. Already got 2 of them here against Stephen F. Austin. 3rd and 14. And Andrew Cross is going to go deep. And did Newton only need to get 1 foot down, and referees say no. They do not agree. Wow, I don't know. That was close. But Utah kind of forced to punt it away, and this one's going to stay close. And Stephen F. Austin has you see our punter, not the greatest leg in the world. He's a sophomore punter, and Ridgeway getting it up to the 45, so a short field here for the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. Where's Paul out at SK Money? I heard Paul was going to join. We're no big fan of Paul. Oliver Bracken on the run, and he gets brought down. Jeff Archie, and that's going to be considered a quarterback sack on a 2-yard loss. Nicely done by Archie, and the defense, like I said, they kept us in the game against Nebraska, and I think they're going to be the key all season long if we want to break the Oklahoma winning streak. Now, we did the math. If we make it to the end of the year, 12-0, and we beat Colorado, then we will beat the Oklahoma famous winning streak that has been held from the 1950s. That is what is on the line here. There'll be 3 consecutive unbeaten seasons plus a half of an unbeaten season before that. Bracken, incomplete, hitting Crawford right in the hands and falling to the turf. He's got to feel frustrated. Just 7 yards passing for Bracken. 3 completions for just 7 yards. So, he's feeling frustrated. I don't want to get Newton back in there. And he's going to get rustled down. hopefully make this the final drive. Go right on down. Look at South Carolina. They're in a fight with an FCS team. What team do we want to put them in a fight with? They can go against North Alabama. So North Alabama, or it could be one of the other Carolinas. It could be the Citadel. Citadel's had some luck against their brethren from the Carolinas. That one is knocked away. Ooh, man. This offense is going to be quite a mess. So that is a Big Ten conference game you guys just saw at the bottom. USC and Penn State. Now conference opponents on opposite ends of the country. The conference opponents, and Cross does no. Brian Baldwin loses the football. Frustration mounting for the Utah Utes here. And we saw a lot of this last season. You wouldn't think this team is in the midst of a 37-game winning streak, closing in on history, but I don't know, defense wins championships or winning streak, the wind wins, I don't know. That's what they say, at least. That's what they say on the news. Baldwin going out, so we're getting guys banged up too. Oliver Bracken on the screen, and that is a confidence kind of play from the head coach who calls an early timeout here. You get the screen pass to get your quarterback a reception, hoping that they were going to spark something with a big play. They didn't have it there. Of course, you guys remember a week ago, it was Nebraska in overtime calling 3 consecutive screen passes. The head coach, Jim Frost, I don't know what their head coach's name is in this game, but they feeling like they felt something the way the formations were lined up, that the screen was going to be the best thing to go, best thing to do. Called it 3 times, didn't work, shanked the field goal. So 3rd and 15. Oliver Bracken going to let the time wind all the way off the clock here in this one. Meanwhile, Citadel still putting up a fight with South Carolina. We got to keep an eye on that game. Pocket falling on Bracken, but he delivers it down into double coverage. You had Kevin Wagner and Jason Lyles down there. Only 21 yards offensively, but we're not exactly lighting the world on fire offensively either. The Utah Utes, and we'll have a minute to try to make something happen. A lot of open field there for Jason Newton, though. Look at, and Jason Newton's going to get tripped up. You see the rushing game again. Not a pretty good turnout for the team from East Texas. Putting some fans in the seats here. Previously, a number of years ago, we played Weber State. That was a team from Utah, and that one's incomplete. This time we brought in the team from Texas.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Could do Weber again one day. Weber State Wildcats. How about Central Arkansas, the purple and silver field, huh? 2nd down and 10. Cross. Can't get anything. Man, you don't want to pull. Thank you, WX man. You don't want to pull a guy that's been so successful, but you almost just want to see what other quarterbacks are going to do. And we still have that same core. I guess we know we're getting a brand new quarterback next season. Cross. Under-delivers that one, and Justin Ridgway knocks it away, and it's a 3 and out. The #1 team in the nation. Struggling here with Stephen F. Austin. What do we got to do, WX man? What's the strategy here? How do we get this offense turned around? How do we light a fire into these boys? We're also bringing in a rookie offensive coordinator as well, so that's something to be considered. That we had to replace both offense and defensive coordinators, and can check out where they went in the off-season episode, a full 1-hour episode exclusive to patreon.com/tvsports27. It is up right now. You can see where both our offensive and defensive coordinator went, who we got to replace them, and what we're kind of building from the ground up as far as that coaching staff goes. It is up a 1-hour in between off-season episode, patreon.com/tvsports27. So WX Man says we got to do more play action. Okay, we will try that. We'll try some play action, some pump, right? Some pumped or stuffed plays. And we will see if that works out at all. On 3rd and 10, Lumberjacks is running the football, and we'll call a timeout here for Utah Utes. With 30 seconds, can we at least get into field goal range here? Could be a possibility. SK Money, he might have dipped out, or he might be still trying to figure out Streamlabs. I don't know why it wasn't working for him. Newton. Look at this return. I got to keep an eye out for the Streamlabs, though. If I do ever miss a Streamlabs donation, just let me know. I think I can check my email and see it. But if I'm in the middle of playing, I'm looking at the big screen, and I might miss the notification coming by. Yes, sir. SK Money. Row 1 for the retirement match. Semi-retirement. This is the semi-retirement stream. Cross. Connecting with Davis. Timeout called. Johnny Davis. He's a young one that's kind of moved up. This is semi-retirement, not full retirement. We are still going to stream. We're still going to do videos, just not at the pace that we normally have. When I get back from vacation, I'll have like 2 weeks, though, where I can pump them out like normal. But then after that, you know, new world here. Oh, we got to call a timeout. I thought we can get one more play. 7 seconds. Do we take one shot at the end zone or just take the field goal? Game says take one shot. Okay. And I might come back on tomorrow. We'll see. Friday or Wednesday, I might come on, depending on what happens throughout the day. Depending on, oh my goodness, depending on how many HDTs there are, I might come on. All right, let's take the points, take the 3. Try to regroup, figure out why the #1 team in the nation. But you know what? Alabama at one point, remember they played the Citadel, and it was a 10-10 tie at the half. So even the greatest teams have their struggles sometimes. And we've lost, we've lost to Troy. We've lost to Bowling Green before. We had struggles with Texas State, Hawaii. We lost to Old Dominion. That was after the national championship, year 2 with Utah. Followed up with a loss to Old Dominion. Heartbreaker. With 1 second left, these Lumberjacks take a Hail Mary shot. It looks like they might. No, they're going to run the football, and their offense just as much of a disaster as the Utah offense. So that is going to do it for the first half. Stick around, though. Coming back, TB Sports 27, second half. The Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks and the Utah Utes. You do not want to miss it.